Hey guys, MCU Collector here with the next video on the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, Marvel Studios, the first 10 years. Here we have the San Diego Comic-Con SDCC 2018 exclusive. This is the Red Skull and Electronic Tesseract from the Captain America First Avenger movie. So this is an awesome pack. I'm very excited to bring it to you. First, I'd like to give a special shout out to Eric the Duck 1985. I would not have this set if it was not for him. So thank you so much. I really appreciate everything you do, my friend. Thank you. But we'll get right to it. Here is the packaging looking really awesome. You can see Red Skull and Electronic Tesseract there. We have the Marvel Studios, the first 10 years logo, the Captain America Shield Legend series, and then Captain America the First Avenger. This is a slipcover, so I'm going to kind of turn it around. This thing's kind of big. I only got limited space, so really cool side. This is an embossed with spot varnish, so really cool. It's supposed to give it like the special case kind of thing, and then you can enter in a code or whatever, and you can actually fill each button, so really cool. The slipcover has the Captain America First Avenger movie logo there. The other side has like a, I don't know if it's supposed to be some kind of meter checking the status of the Tesseract inside. I'm not really sure, but that is spot varnished and embossed as well. So really cool, and you can see we have some gauges and stuff like that. And you can see that this is number 0 in the line. So at Comic-Con during the Hasbro panel, Ryan Ting had mentioned the reason why it was numbered 0, and I don't really remember exactly why. But it's supposed to be, I think, in relation to how with some of the Marvel comics that there's a number 0 issue. So this is kind of the same thing. But really cool packaging. You see we have the Hydra logo here. The design of the packaging is supposed to make it look like some kind of special case, so I really like the way it looks. The bio for Red Skull reads, "A brilliant scientist obsessed with domination, Johann Schmidt leads the Hydra Abteilung division, which specializes in artillery and harnessing the power of the Tesseract to create super weapons. Bent on achieving ultimate power, Schmidt injects himself with an early version of the super soldier serum and suffers the side effects, including deformation and developing a crimson visage." So really, really cool. We'll get right to it and take a look at some of the cool things of the packaging. Lift this up and get this slip cover out of the way. You can see it says handle with extreme care. Yes, you should handle with this with care because it is an awesome package. So you can see it's kind of like cracked and broken. They're supposed to look like a glass screen, so you could just open it up one side, open it up this other side, and flaps. And there you can see we have the Red Skull figure with a mini Tesseract that is the same accessory that came with the Mandroid Wave Red Skull, which was actually the Cosmic Cube, but same thing. So here we have the updated Red Skull figure with the long trench coat, so really awesome, excited to bring that. And here we have the prop replica life-size 1:1 scale electronic Tesseract, so that's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to open that up, put some batteries in it, show it off to you guys, how it's all lit up and everything, so really cool. There's some cool things here on the inside of the packaging that I'm going to show you better, closer looks, as I kind of have to move some things around. So we'll take a look at that, then we'll look at the figure, and we'll look at the Tesseract. So really cool. Okay, so really cool stuff on the inside here. It's just kind of some stuff, I guess, that Hydra's looking at. They have a profile of Captain America there. You see the Hydra logo, some newspaper clippings, that kind of thing. And then we actually have a picture of the figure of Red Skull holding the Tesseract. So pretty cool on that side. Let's take a look at the other flap. Okay, the other flap, we actually have some different blueprints. So you can see there's a big, huge tank. There's the, I can't even pronounce that tree, but that's the tree that's supposed to be on Asgard, I believe. And that's because the ties to the Norse mythology. And then the fact that the Tesseract was on Earth because of the first battle between Odin, the Asgardians, and the Frost Giants. I guess the Tesseract was lost on Earth, or whatever the case may be. Here on this file, it actually calls it the Cosmic Cube, which is interesting because in the movie, in the comics, the Cosmic Cube is a very different thing from the Tesseract. Even though it looks the same, they are different. We know that in the MCU, the Tesseract is actually the Space Stone, so pretty interesting. And then we see have some Hydra-like identification cards for Johann Schmidt, and you can actually see the pictures of the actor, and I can't think of his name right now, but there he is. So we'll take out the figure and take out the Tesseract and take a look. Alright guys, here is the Red Skull figure and the electronic Tesseract out of the package, looking absolutely awesome. That figure is great. It is the same head sculpt, however, the same lower half of the body, so the only thing that is different is actually the upper torso, and then the trench coat piece that goes along with the bottom half of the figure, and then a new right hand specially positioned or sculpted to actually hold that Tesseract. But first, what I want to do is go over the electronic Tesseract. Now this thing is really cool. It stays lit up forever too. So let me turn it down, and it's in this nice hard plastic case, so you can open it up, and it's got this nice, it's all smooth on the outside, but then there's this one groove there, and that's how you know that that's where it separates, and you can open it up and you can see the sculpt work on the inside to give it that look. And then there's this piece inside here. It takes 3 AAA batteries, and then there's just a little push button, and it's got, looks like 5 blue LED lights. So you just place that right back inside, and then you could put the Tesseract together as long as you get it in the right position, which I am not. There we go. And then it lights up like so, and it gives it that nice look like in the movies, how, you know, it's not just a one bright color. There's a little bit of swishes, I guess, best way I could describe it. So it's nice how they have it look, because it's not just one single bright light or anything like that. It's got some details into it, some textured look to it, so that comes off looking really good. It's a nice addition to the prop replicas that I already have, and I do have all of them except for the 75th anniversary Captain America shield. I wish I could get that one, because that one is the movie accurate version. But unfortunately I do not have it. So you could see, actually, yeah, let me turn off all the lights. Take a look at that. Doesn't that look awesome? I love the way that looks. Very cool. And the light stays on for a good 5 minutes or so, and it'll automatically turn off. So really cool there. And then I like the protective case that it comes with. Make sure that nothing happens to it. So awesome. Now let's get on to the figure. I have him here next to 2 other Hydra soldiers that I have, or 2 Red Skulls, but I have the alternate heads on there because I will have 4 of these guys total. I only have 2 for now, but I'll get 4 total, because I'll have 1 for each head, and then I will have an additional Red Skull. So I will have 2 different Red Skull figures, and I'm okay with that, but really cool. So let's take a look at this figure and show it off. I'm not really going to do a real comparison, because if you look at these guys, it's the same thing. It's just, you know, if I were to pop the Red Skull head on it, it would be the same exact thing. I'm not going to go over that and do that, but you can see that it's a very different figure, but the legs are the same, and instead of green, they are black on the inside. There's no detail. They're very flat black. No big deal. But same Red Skull head. But it is definitely a better figure, because it is more movie accurate, because throughout majority of the movie he wears the trench coat look as opposed to the normal uniform look. And actually in the movie he wears the uniform, but it's more of the Johann Schmidt as opposed to the Red Skull, because he's still wearing that, you know, Johann Schmidt mask. But here is the Red Skull. Pretty awesome looking. Really like it. Now that I actually look at it, the arms are actually the same too. So it's actually just, yeah, it's just this upper torso piece and then this trench coat piece that's different. You can't remove that trench coat piece or anything like that. It is there. We'll take a look at the articulation. Head can look down, can look up. It is that diaphragm joint, so you get a little bit of crunch, a little bit of motion. Not a whole lot of pivot in there. It does have that waist swivel in there, and you get a little bit of range of motion kind of throughout. That trench coat does get in the way of the legs, and then I'm not going to go over the lower articulation because it is the exact same. The little mini Tesseract or Cosmic Cube that it comes with is the same exact one that we got in the Mandroid Wave, so I won't go over that. So the big thing is just going to be the awesome packaging that this Comic-Con exclusive comes with. That electronic Tesseract, which I absolutely love, which will go on my shelf with my other prop replicas. The only one I need to get is if I ever get that Captain America shield, but the Black Panther helmet, which hasn't really seen a US release yet, but should soon. I think the other ones always came out around August or September time. So at some point I'll be getting that Black Panther helmet, just not exactly sure when, to finish off my collection. But there he is. Let's get a zoomed in look at him. Now that is an awesome looking Red Skull figure. You can see he holds the Tesseract in his hand. You see it's got the wide fingered gripping so he can hold that Tesseract perfectly. And that is an awesome figure. The sculpt of the trench coat looks good. No complaints there. There's not a whole lot of paint to it. There's a little bit of silver buttons here and there with a buckle. You got the Hydra logo on the belt there. A little bit of red, one red line there, red line there. Not a whole lot. You got the Hydra logo, but it is the same arms as the single release, so no big deal there. Nothing on the back. It's just all flat black. But it makes the figure look so much better to actually have the trench coat look. So I'm very pleased with that. So not a whole lot for this review, but the awesome Tesseract, electronic Tesseract, and the updated Red Skull, very nice additions to the collection. If you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up if you guys like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, I thank you for watching.